Yeah.
Hi, and welcome to Family. It's not Family Planning Untangled. It's College Planning
That would be a
Untangled.
different
However,
question. That's right.
yeah, that'd be a whole different conversation. But we actually are kind of delving into the family stuff today.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Kristin Clark. This is Bobby Hood. This is College Planning Untangled, where we help families that are dealing with college and college kids, and we make this a little bit simpler for everybody because we know we deal with this age range every day, and it's a holiday week, so we wanted to hit a topic that is important for you to understand. And I know that yesterday, today, you probably have a high school kiddo coming home for the holidays.
Right.
So Bobby, how are you doing today?
Just great. Yeah, I'm out in Kentucky at the family farm. So we've got 19 people, including a little toddler, and it's very exciting, very nice. And but this is, all of the parents here have got their kids coming in, some of them Wednesday night, some of them on Thanksgiving Day, right? And they're all going to come in and they've got all their cousins and stuff, right? So the parents are going to want to sit down and catch up with them, but they're going to be all
Well,
running around on the farm.
yeah, and all the family dynamics.
Mhm.
And out of all of them, though, Bobby, I think this change from being in college to coming home over the holidays is one of the toughest.
Oh, absolutely. Because as parents, you miss the kids so much, and you've been thinking every day that you want to talk to them and catch up, but they've got other things on their mind, right?
They totally do. And you're right. I remember these days. You can't wait to see them. And the reality is, I don't think they can wait to see you either, but
Hmm.
it's very different in a very different way. They see you and they're like, okay, cool. And then guess what? That's about it. You've scratched their itch.
Hmm.
Um, they're deciding that when they come home, they want to sleep. And by the way, they need it. Let
Yeah.
them sleep. Don't wake them up at 10:30, 11 o'clock in the after or in the morning. If they want to sleep until 1, let them sleep because they need it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. In college, there's just so much to do. They're always running, they're always moving. And this is their first time to actually relax and not be on stage. Yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, they're at home where it's comfortable. And,
Yeah.
so it's like, oh my gosh, it's the first time. You're right. They're not on stage anymore and they can just let loose, let them
Mhm.
sleep. The other thing is, guess what else they want to do? Hang
See
out
all
with
their friends, right?
their friends.
Yeah.
Yes. They've been away from them for a few months.
Mhm.
Yeah. So that's what else is on the docket. And guess who takes the brunt of that? The parents. They don't want, they're not going to be hanging out with you. And
Yeah.
guys, make that okay.
Absolutely. Right. When they're ready to sit down and have a few minutes, and if you give them space, then they probably will, and they'll take a few minutes and they'll catch up to you after they've seen all their friends and slept and done their laundry and all the things. Right?
Yeah. So I guess the message of today is have very low expectations of what
Absolutely.
you're going to get out of your kid. Just be there to laugh and listen and, when they're around. However, it doesn't mean you have to be the, punching bag.
Yeah, and I think that's the important thing. It's always the message that we have, which is, listen more than you talk, right? Because you're going to want to ask everything about all the classes and have you picked a major and all these things, right? And have you made any friends and are you dating anybody, right? And all that. And if you give them space, they're more likely to talk to you. But if you just start pelting them with questions every 5 seconds, they're going to run off, right?
Right. But here's something that you can do just to make this smoother, a smoother 3, 4, 5 days. And that is set some boundaries,
Mhm.
ask them, when are you going to be able to see them so that you
Yeah.
can, you understand what time you are going to get. If there are family things that you really do want them present, that are important for them to be present, let them know that so that they can, plan around it as well. And
Mhm.
then listen, they've had a little sense of freedom. And
Right.
guess what? They're not getting home at midnight or 1 o'clock. They're getting home when they feel like getting home when they're out. And
Yep.
you do you, and however you want to do that. But just tell them, hey, you know what? Just tell me where you're going to be. Tell me when you're getting home so I don't have to
Mhm.
worry. And
Absolutely. Right.
that's the rule.
Yeah.
And,
And it shouldn't
and
be the same
again,
rule. Right.
yeah, just make they aren't. having you watch over them every second when they're out, and they kind of are in that adulthood stage. So let them do them.
Well, and I think that's part of the thing too, is realizing that you have to adjust as well because they are adults now, right? And so you're going to want to treat them just the same way you did in high school, right? But yeah, and so you have to change the rules a little bit at least, and give them, if you give them that respect and say, hey, I know you may be out late, but I don't want to be up freaking out, right? So yeah, let me know when you're coming home at whatever, right? That sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. I mean, guys, it's you can make this as easy or hard as you want to, but
Right.
as always, I mean, we always talk about this, Bobby. It's about communication, and having the conversations and making sure that everybody knows kind of where they stand. So
Yeah, and I think there's a big a thing to wrap up here, like that's really important because we've done so many shows about talking about the statistics of students in their first year of college, right? And this is the really key time. A lot of students don't come back after their first semester or after their first year, and so your kid may be stressed and you don't know it, right? They may have a lot of things on their mind, and if you just show them it's a safe space and that you are respecting them, then they may open up to you about things that are stressing them that they wouldn't if you ask them directly, right? And so give them that opportunity to let them know that college is hard, it's a hard time, and that and so that you're there if they want to talk about stuff, and you don't want them, like, I mean, I remember people I knew that that dropped out and didn't tell their parents, back when you could, back in our time, right? You could like just make up a fake report card or whatever, and try to pretend you were still enrolled in college. I knew two different people who did that, and it ended up really, really, really bad and sad situation, and so be very open to listening and just give them that safe space, because that's the most important thing.
I'm glad you brought that up, Bobby. And in a few weeks, we should probably do a show on what you should do when your kid comes to you and tells you they don't want to go back. So
absolutely. And if that does happen this break right now, right, we have multiple videos on it. Go look up on our YouTube page, find the one about what do you do when your kid says they want to not go back to school, right? They want to stay at home, right? Because it happens, and it happens so much more than you think. And you always think, oh, that's someone else's kid, not mine, right? But then when it happens to you, you're surprised. And it's best to know that it's something that happens, and it's a natural thing for students to feel that, right? And
absolutely. All right.
Well, happy Thanksgiving to everyone. I hope everyone has wonderful family visits and everything goes wonderfully.
All right. Happy
Okay.
Thanksgiving.
See you next week. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.